Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart. I am a stand-up comedian from the state of Vermont, and my podcast is my way of giving my thoughts and opinions on whatever I want. I do it through the Podbean app, mostly through my iPhone, in my car. Because I don't want my parents to worry about me while I'm yelling in my room. I've shared too much information there. I'm aware of that. And I'm fine with that. Maybe I should do a podcast episode on living with your parents. But not like a negative one, like a good one. Positive one. But no, that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about the town fair. Yes, I want to talk about the town fair. I live in Norwich, Vermont. And Norwich has a town fair every summer. The fair comes to town every summer because I believe it's the same fair goes to pretty much every town. In certain states, I imagine it's different all over. But yeah, the fair came to town in Norwich this weekend, like it usually does in the middle of July. And I've never gone to the Norwich Fair. I've never gone to like any fair since I was like a kid. And I went to like one or two in Florida. And it was too cold that night. And which was fucked up because it was Florida. So I stopped going to the fair. So I have a negative response to the fair because of that. But I see no need to like go to the fair as a single adult male, you know, or just as a single adult, period. I find nothing fun about the fair. The fair is mostly for kids, I would think, because of the rides and stuff. But, you know, and they've got a lot of good, fattening food, and I try to watch what I eat, and I see good, delicious, fattening food, and all I think about is how many calories is that? So yeah, I don't like that part of the fair, and I don't know, I don't like being around large groups of people. Not a big fan of being in large groups of people. I prefer to like be off to myself, you know, and there's usually a lot of people at a fair. So I don't like that part of the fair either. Yeah, that's another part of why I don't like the fair. What else don't I like about the fair? The rides. I'm not a big amusement park ride person. I don't really find them enjoyable. I don't like to do them. I don't really see I don't like rides. I like to walk around and see things. And when a fair is just a minute walk, it's fucking pointless. You know? Plus, like, if I'm at, like, a theme park like Disney or Universal or something like that, I like the air conditioning. And I'm pretty sure there ain't no air conditioning at the fair. Especially this weekend when, like, it was a huge heat wave over most of the Northeast, most of the country for that fucking matter. So yeah, not a big fan of the fair for like lack of air conditioning, fatty foods. I don't like going on rides. It's mostly for kids. There's so many people there. Not a ton of people, because there's only like 1,000 something people in Norwich anyway. But like other people come, and it's like, I don't know. What if I run into somebody I don't like? Which happens to me frequently, because I don't like a lot of people. You know I don't like you, by the way. If you're listening to this, here's a tell. You'll know if I don't like you. If you know that we know each other, and I just ignore you and don't want to talk to you, then you know we don't like each other. Then you know I don't like you, I mean. If I don't talk to you, and I don't acknowledge your presence, there's a reason. There's a fucking reason. Because I don't like you. Like, there are former coworkers that I'll see out and about. And I know him. I know their name. You know? But maybe they did something that annoyed the crap out of me years ago. And I want nothing to do with this person from now on. You know? It could be that. It could be something like that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the fair. And like the rides. The rides at the fair. I don't like going on rides in general. But can we talk for a few minutes about the legitimacy of these rides at the fair? I mean, first of all, you know, I drive through the center of town of Norwich, Vermont, every day. And the fair goes on at the green where the school is. And it's like the fair is supposed to start on Thursday. The fair starts on Thursday. And the fair gets there Wednesday. It just magically appears. You know, the trucks show up, and then the rides are set up within like an hour or something like that. Within an hour, these rides that hundreds of people are going to use are set up in a few hours. That fucking quickly. That quickly? You've got to be fucking kidding me. If they can be assembled that quickly, I'm certainly not interested on going on any fair rides. That's not how I want to die. How do I want to die? I don't. That's the best way to die, is immortality. No, I'm fine with that. Death is another episode of the podcast that I will do at some point. Why am I talking about death? Because it's the fair! Yeah. It doesn't take long to set up the rides. And then, when the fair is done, like today is Sunday. Today, I'm recording the fair. It was the last day of the fair. All the rides are gone now. The fair closed at 5:30. It's now almost 9 o'clock. And the fair rides are gone. So they're up in a few hours, and they're down in a few hours. How the fuck do you expect me to trust going on a fair ride if they take that quickly to be put up and put down? You've got to be fucking kidding me. You go ahead. Go ahead. Enjoy the fair. Enjoy the fatty foods. Enjoy the lots of people. Enjoy running into people that you won't even want to fucking talk to in the first place. You know? Enjoy the rides that may kill you. Just enjoy them without me, because I'm not going. Next year, I may walk through the fair just to validate my points. And then I'll do another podcast next year where I said, okay, I walked through the fair, or some title of that fucking derivative thereof, whatever. Alright, well, thank you for listening to this episode of the McTaggart Attack podcast, where I talk about the fair. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to email me, McTaggartAttack@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter, @KevMcT, or you can find the Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack podcast. Just Google McTaggart Attack, or look it up in Facebook, and you'll find it that way. Yeah. Do not invite me to the fair. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack podcast is cooking.